Good evening, Lions Ilkka. My topic this evening is about Ilkka's appearance, and I'm going to talk about his beard and a little bit of history about beards. Now, first of all, I met Ilkka and Cisco in the early 70s, and we have seen each other. Our paths have crossed many times, and of course we have been serving Lionism together for many years. But when I met you, I was very impressed by your whiskers and the beard, which you still have today. Now, looking at the history of the beard, I believe very strongly that Ilkka, you had past lives, because you would not look the way you look today. Where you look, maybe you would look without that beard and then a little bit shorter hair and no whiskers. Now, let's go back to Egyptian times, to 3200 BC. Ancient Egyptian art depicts longer, rounded fellow-style goatee seen on death masks. Now, you know what those look like. Most commonly, Ilkka, it was to show that even after death, a person was remembered as a great and strong leader, as you have been serving us, and, like you, perhaps wishing them fertility in the next life. So, watch out, line Cisco. The shorter shaved goatee, and I think, I can't tell if yours is about a shorter, I know it's been longer before, I think, right? Yes. Represented that the pharaoh at that time, and yourself, was alive when the image was made. Likewise, during some religious ceremonies and other occasions, false beards were worn by the pharaohs. Now I want to talk about the Chinese men and their beards and long hair. 500 BC, Confucius said, body hair and skin all came from parents, not there to damage. That is the beginning of obedience. Now, Han Chinese were not allowed to cut their hair because of their duty or obligation and respect, all the way until the Qing dynasty forced them to adopt the Manchu shaved head and pigtail look. Now, I was trying to figure out what you would look like if your hair was shaved all around and you had that one pigtail just sticking out of there. And maybe when we have our next convention, we could have that fundraiser where we shave our hair, we shave your hair off, but we allow you to leave that pigtail in the back. Right? Yes, I think that would be great, and I know that we would make lots of money. Now, Chinese men would tie their hair up in a top knot and enclose it with a head dress or a cap. However, shaving the beard or mustache was not considered to be a duty because one only develops them at puberty. So those are some of the rules. Many Chinese men chose to grow out their beards and or mustache simply because they felt it looked good. Now, you must admit, if you had long hair, it would keep you warm. Also, the traditional hairstyle in various groups and Japanese men was to have the top of the head and shave the top of the head and leave only a fringe and a top knot. I think you would look really handsome in that. Now, there was another group who were slightly different. They tied their hair in several pigtails and so were called rope heads by other peoples. I think they make me think of Rastafarians, don't you think so? Anyway, Chinese stuck to their pigtails until after the 1911 revolution. Now, I was thinking of your beard and long hair and your whiskers, and I thought about what is the history of scissors. Researchers generally agree that scissors were invented in Egypt around 1500 BC. Scissors were first fashioned of bronze, spreading slowly through the rest of the ancient world through trade and exploration. One more item to share with you, Ilkka. You have a famous twin here in Canada, and both of you have much in common. He is Dr. David Suzuki. He too has had long hair, whiskers, and long beard like yours. One more thing for me to mention, I have never met anyone who can talk faster than you. And I have experience, I have contacted Ilkka about something, I have talked to him for half an hour, I hang up and I have forgotten what I called him for. Anyway, thank you again for your contribution to serve Lionism, and it has been an absolute pleasure serving it with you, Linus. So thank you very much.